Is the new iPhone 14 worth getting? After the latest launch of the iPhone 14, this question must have wondered in the minds of all. Is it actually worth the hype? So come, let's answer the most trending question. Don't forget to watch until the end if you want to eliminate your dilemma. Here we begin. First, let's see what is new about this iPhone 14 compared to the previous iPhone 13. The question is whether there's a major difference between iPhone 13 and iPhone 14. The immediate answer to this question is no. There isn't much difference between the two. The new iPhone 14 is quite similar to the last year's model, like they are of the same size and with the same display, and the processor and camera systems are also quite identical. The only reason to go for the iPhone 14 would be that it has a couple of photo and video upgrades, larger battery life, and car crash detection for safety purposes. The screen size of both phones is exactly the same, that is 6.1 inches. Only the frame of the new one is slightly thicker, just so the cases of iPhone 13 can be reused for iPhone 14. The design has also not been updated, so both phones have the similar build quality, button layout, and notch. Unlike the previous two generations, there isn't any mini versions of the iPhone for this one. Instead, one larger version is 6.7 inches in size and is named iPhone 14 Plus. Now, to talk about the photos, there isn't any such difference here as well. It's a shame that the iPhone 14 still has only two lenses, a wide and ultra-wide lenses, compared to other more affordable Android smartphones like the Samsung Galaxy A53 5G or Google Pixel 6 that comes with a zoom lens at the back, so you can get closer to the subject without actually moving closer to it. In terms of selfies, if you want to consider which one is better, then it surely is the iPhone 14 because it has an upgraded front camera. Thank God. Finally something positive with iPhone 14. Coming to the back camera, it has a wider aperture, stabilization, and autofocus, meaning it can gather more light and can focus on your face appropriately. So with iPhone 14, you can get the best selfies, good FaceTime calls, and better videos if shot from the front lens. To brief more about the videos, this new action mode on iPhone 14 is a brilliant addition as it shakes when you are moving, walking, or running around, making it ideal for shooting videos of kids who are hyperactive and can't stay still. Or if you are just chasing your pet around the house and trying your best to capture it on camera. This feature isn't available on the older iPhone 13 models, giving one more point to the iPhone 14. Speaking of the color options in the iPhone 14 then, they surely have been slightly renewed this year, as the iPhone 14 is available in midnight, blue, purple, starlight, and red colors, unlike the earlier models. These colors easily stand out from the previous black, white, and gray colors. If you also want to know the iPhone 13, then it is available in 6 colors: green, dark blue, pink, midnight, starlight, and red. The new iPhone 14 uses Apple A15 Bionic chip, the same processor used in last year's iPhone 13 Pro. So performance-wise, there isn't much difference that you'll face between the 13 and 14 models. This caught the attentions that the new model didn't contain the same A16 Bionic chip in the Pro models this year. The app downloads fast and run without issues. Navigating through the menus is smooth like butter. In short, there isn't any problem with the performance of the iPhone 14, but still, last year's processor was much better. We tested the new iPhone 14 by comparing it to the previous model and other phones in its price range. To our surprise, we discovered that almost every aspect of the phone is amazing. However, there aren't many updates since last year's iPhone 13. The cameras, screen size, and iOS 16 software on the new phone are fantastic to use. The build quality thus feels very high-end, but the same goes to its recent models. The iPhone 13 is widely available at €749, and the iPhone 12 is still available from €649. Of course, older models are available at a cheaper rate too, but buying the original pieces is better if tech matters to you a lot. But if budget is your top priority, then you can also go for the new iPhone SE for €449. Also, we cannot deny that the iPhone 14 has no charms. It's unique in its own way. Anybody who wants to be up to date with tech will find a lot of love, as will someone switching over from an Android smartphone. It's also possible that the iPhone 14 could see some tempting contract deals in the future. But I think iPhone 14 has its own hype, and it's worth a buy if you're not on a budget. What do you think about the iPhone 14? Let us know in the comments.